Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at some of the best attackers in FIFA 23 right now. We have 55 players on this list. I have not included any cards under 93 rated. There will be plenty of brilliant attackers under 93 rated, but we already had 55 that were 93 or over. So if I've missed any, I do apologize. If I missed any above 93, I do apologize. I've tried to put all the main ones. 55 is a crazy amount. Anyway, I would say, honestly, because I've played a lot of accounts over the last few months, doing weekend leagues, testing different cards out, I've probably used 85-90% of these cards at this point. Maybe not quite that much with a few of the new ones, but I'll say when I talk about a card if I've used it. But I've used nearly all of these cards. That's the criticism people seem to say in a lot of these videos, but I've really been trying to use as many of the cards as I can and test them out. Without further ado, let's get into it. As always, we will rate the cards based on the cards, not their chemistry. Upper Meccano. Quite clunky in game when I tried him out. Pretty decent in general, though. Doesn't play as well as I would have hoped. He's probably an A tier, even though he's S tier on stats. Chiesa. Very, very good card, but 4-star, 4-star. Not insane in some areas. So I'm putting him B tier. Neymar. Felt insane. Neymar's got his own animations, glitchy, feels better than he should be physically. Mahrez, very, very good. 5-star, 5-star, but didn't feel like Neymar to me, even though his stats are comparable to Neymar. And he just doesn't feel quite as glitchy as Neymar, but he's very close to S tier in my opinion. Martinelli, very similar card to Chiesa. Both brilliant cards, but no 5-star. Messi, about as good as it gets on the ball in this game, but no 5-stars and not ridiculous quick. I love Messi on the game, but I think there's so many elite attackers now that I can't put him S tier. Kane feels very good, but I'm not putting him higher than B tier. He's a little clunky, not too bad, but a little clunky, no skill moves. Dybala, better technically, felt better on the ball in some of these cards, but 4-star, 4-star. And Kunku, for me, honestly, I don't love Nkunku as much as a lot of people do, but I'd say he's again a borderline S tier. Vinny, definitely S tier for me. I preferred Neymar, but both top tier cards. Kvaratskhelia, insane card, definitely better than these ones when I used him. Son, for me, one of the most disappointing cards I've used. Honestly, I might even put him C tier. A lot of people might see this list and say that's stupid. I used him for a few weekend leagues. Didn't feel very great on the ball compared to what I hoped. Felt quite lightweight. His shot wasn't as good as I expected. Mane. Really liked Mane. Felt super fast. Martinez. When I used him, didn't live up to his stats in all honesty. Felt a bit clunky. Are you sick of getting out teamed on FIFA? Want more coins to build that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out utnice.com, the best place to buy coins for FIFA 23. They're simple, easy to use. Use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out utnice.com today. Mbappe, one of the top attackers in the game. Now, people might see this and think, how have you put him here but some of the other cards there? Lewandowski, one of my favourite cards I've used. I don't think he feels quick enough or as insane on the ball as some of the S tier cards, but as good as a finisher as there is on the game and has that 5-star weak foot. Ben Yedder didn't feel too glitchy for me compared to some previous years. Still great, but not as good as previous ones. Rashford, people might be expecting Rashford to be a lot higher than he is, but for me, Rashford was one of the most disappointing cards I've tried. Still good. Any card in this video is brilliant, but if I've used them and I don't think they're elite, I'm not going to put them in the S or A tier. Osimhen, one of the few cards will probably be in the top tier that's not 5-star, 5-star. Osimhen is basically Lewandowski, but more cracked. Ronaldo, not good enough on the ball for me to be S tier. Brilliant in the air, but aerial ability doesn't matter that much on this game. Salah, very good, but 3-star weak foot holding back. Haaland, like Osimhen, not as good on the ball, but stupidly OP in terms of he just glitches people out. This one might surprise people. Cruyff, I used to not rate him as much, but I've tried him out a lot recently. Love the card. Cruyff for me is still S tier, just plays that good. Leao, everything Rashford should have been, but better in my opinion. Similar card stats wise, but I just think Leao plays better. Griezmann, high-end B tier for me. Zola, not tried this card out yet. Pretty much every card so far I've tried out to this point, but this Zola just came out. Played against him a few times. Feels very difficult to tackle. Feels very strong. I'm going to have him in the A tier. Not use this Figo either. He's only just come out. I've used a lot of Figo cards this year, though, and Figo is very good on the game. I think one of the more underrated icons. This is just a more juiced version, so I'm going to have him up here. I think Mahrez is better than these cards, to be fair. Ronaldinho, S tier for me. Not as high up the pecking order as he was. R9, best card in the game, probably still, I would say. Kaka, high-end A tier for me. Cantona, bit lower than some of those. Still very good 5-5, but a bit clunky and not as fast. Van Basten, I'm probably going to have him probably with Kane. Pretty comparable in my opinion. Ridiculous finisher, but worse in a lot of other areas. Rijkaard, very good card, but doesn't feel great on the ball compared to some of the others. Best, up there. Pele, probably second best card in the game. Doesn't have the physical of R9. Eusebio, I'd have him there. Garrincha, probably top end A tier. Doesn't feel as strong as some of the other players. Dalglish, not got some of the technical stats from the others. Puskas, brilliant again. Czech, very, very good. Pretty glitchy. Feels stupidly fast. I don't know why, but he just does. Van Persie, very, very good card, but not like S tier yet. Muller, probably C at this point. Jarzinho, around there. Henry, I have not used him. Just come out. Crazy expensive. I'm going to have him like around top 5, I think, based on what I'm expecting. Eto'o, very, very good. I would have him in the S tier. Fernando Torres. I really like Torres' card. Well, let's look at Henry's stats, by the way. Ridiculous card. 10 million at the moment. Henry, I would probably have a marksman on him. Maxes out that shooting, puts the dribbling up even more, gives him more strength. Ridiculous card. Very versatile. Left-footed Henry as well. I would say this Torres is probably B tier at this point. Neuer, comparable to Czech. I used him for the full weekend league. Ridiculously good finisher on both feet, to be honest. Felt super fast. Compared to the S tier cards, though, just felt very clunky, so can't have him too high. Sanchez, similar to a lot of these 4-4 players. Umtiti, felt clunky when I used him, but some great stats. This Davidson, not used him, but was very good in terms of the stats. Richarlison, I forgot to put him on here, but I would have him like high A tier, very good 5-5 card. Del Piero, lower S tier, 5-5, but a bit clunky with the way they put his balance. His body type just doesn't feel as good as it should, and he's not that fast. Bergkamp, people might say, how's he this low? I packed him this week, used him for a full weekend league. Honestly, one of the worst elite attackers I've used. Benzema, not S tier anymore in my opinion, but not far off. Rudiger, to have him B tier. Quite clunky, not as good technically on some of the stats. Then Talisca, still a very, very good card, but not quite S tier. But Talisca always does play quite well in game. I think a lot of the high-end A tier cards, probably all the way from Figo up, could justifiably maybe be S tier cards. I just didn't want to have half the tier list being S tier. The S tier, I think the first 5 cards, I think are pretty set in stone that I would have those as the definite top 5. Neymar, Vinny, Jarzinho, pretty close to there as well. After that, I think these cards are S tier, but not quite at the top end of S tier. Honestly, all these cards are pretty ridiculous though. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Let me know in the comments what your opinions are. Do you disagree? Are there any cards you think I've missed out, or any of the cards you'd just drastically change? I've used most of these cards, like I say. There's always going to be opinions. Different people get different stuff out of players. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep it spicy. See you guys next one. Peace.